Hey, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with another video from Perspective. What's going on with Lewis Hamilton? What is happening? I don't know anything specific that's happening, so I'm intrigued. Before we jump in, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What's going on?
63 fastest laps, 104 pole positions, 195 podiums, 103 race wins, and 7 world championships.
Crazy.
When ranking Formula 1 drivers throughout history, Lewis Hamilton is as good as it gets. But are we about to see Lewis's career come to an end? Well, not yet, in my opinion. Discussions and speculation has surrounded Lewis Hamilton lately in regards to his contract, which is looking likely to be extended, but there are a few hurdles in the way, forcing us to ask the question, what is actually going on? To be honest, this is nothing new. It's not the first time Lewis Hamilton has waited till later in the season to extend his deal with Mercedes, so therefore there's no real reason for anybody to think he is on his way out. In fact, team principal Toto Wolff has made it clear that the contract isn't too far away, but some time has passed since then, and still no new contract extension. There have been hints online, which many people have thought to be a small sign that the deal is pretty much done and only needs to be announced. One of the main hurdles in the way of this deal being signed was speculated to be an ambassadorial role that Lewis Hamilton has wanted. Now, Lewis Hamilton would definitely understand that he wouldn't be in a Formula 1 car forever, so it's only smart and, well, also logical to think of life beyond the track. Becoming an ambassador is a good plan in the future, and it's something we have seen in the past with various different drivers. We saw this with Michael Schumacher after he retired from Ferrari. He entered a more advisory-based role, which for a driver like Michael, or in this case Lewis Hamilton, is only beneficial to a team. Being able to still provide feedback and your thoughts and opinions, and in this case the opinions of a 7-time world champion, is great for the future growth of the team, especially if there are young drivers around and the team are going to build success around them. So what's the hold up? What's taking so long? Does Mercedes not want this arrangement? Well, they do. But reportedly, the money involved isn't quite what Mercedes were thinking. The deal is for reportedly 10 years at the price of £200 million.
Dang. 200 million? So it just, if he took the advisory role, because I'm assuming he's not going to race for another 10 years. Like, that's crazy. That's insane. So this is if he took the advisory role. He wants a 10-year, $200 million contract. I'm not sure what they usually make in those roles. Y'all help me out in the conversation and let me know. 200 mil, the way sports are nowadays, they give it out money like it's nothing.
For reportedly 10 years at the price of £200 million. It is a large sum of money, but considering what Lewis Hamilton has done for the team and what he still has to offer, it very well may be worth it. In saying all of that, contracts like this are usually not done too quickly. There are always going to be negotiations from both sides, in this case Lewis and his management and Mercedes, to find at least a middle ground or a deal that both sides are happy with. It's easy to speculate on this sort of deal. Could it be a 10-year contract with 1 or 2 years being in the car driving with options to extend, or if not, entering into the ambassadorial role? Either way,
that does make some more sense to me. Okay, now it's more understandable. Now I get it. Thank you for breaking it so they can break it down like this.
Options to extend, or if not, entering into the ambassadorial role. Either way, I think Lewis Hamilton is far from finished. I still think he is one of the best drivers on the grid and simply has a car right now that isn't fighting for a championship. I don't think Lewis will retire, and I definitely don't think Mercedes are looking to replace him just yet. For me, he just hasn't shown a major drop-off yet. There's no sort of sense of him coming towards the end of his career, and his performance performance being so noticeably different and bad. I'm sure Lewis still wants that 8th title, and I'm sure Mercedes want it as well. It would be a historic moment for Formula 1, and winning 8 world championships is something that's never been done before. In saying that, life after Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes is another interesting topic. There are a few talents around right now, which I think Mercedes would definitely have their eye on for the future. The two most talked about drivers would probably be Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris. Both drivers have proven that they are up to it and are definitely capable of doing great things at a top Formula 1 team.
Lando is my favorite, man. Outside of Max Verstappen's greatness, bro, I absolutely rock with Lando Norris heavily. I think he's a phenomenal driver, bro. And I think he's going to be a champion in the future, for sure. For sure, Lando's going to be up there.
And are definitely capable of doing great things at a top Formula 1 team. The only thing that could get in the way is if another team decided to snap up one of the drivers. If Lewis extended for 2 years, let's say, or even 3 years, a team like Red Bull could come along and get a driver like Norris, which has been rumoured very recently. I guess what I'm saying is that there is a window of opportunity for drivers like Norris and Leclerc, who for now are very committed to their respective teams. Therefore, could Mercedes miss out on signing a driver like Norris or Leclerc? Lewis Hamilton definitely has other interests outside of Formula 1, whether it be his business ventures or even just his hobbies. I think a lot of people discuss those facts as being something Lewis Hamilton would consider if he wanted to retire. Is there a bigger purpose for him outside of racing? Still, if you're a Hamilton fan, I wouldn't worry too much yet.
Yeah, and I feel like as long as Lewis Hamilton wants to keep racing, I feel like he'll have a seat at Mercedes. Like, for everything that he's done and all the great accomplishments he's done, he's accomplished with Mercedes, I feel like as long as he wants to race, he'll have a seat at Mercedes.
Outside of racing. Still, if you're a Hamilton fan, I wouldn't worry too much yet. Lewis has shown no signs of slowing down and has given no indication he is considering retirement just yet. He has left re-signing a contract later in the season before, but the fact that these extended deals are usually for 1 season only leaves me to believe that he is kind of just seeing how things go. If the chance for Mercedes to give Lewis Hamilton his 8th title is clearly fading away, does Lewis have any other reason to stick around? Irregardless, I do see Lewis Hamilton involved in Formula 1 for many years to come. Whether it be driving or as an advisor or ambassador, I think we will be seeing Lewis Hamilton involved in Mercedes and Formula 1 for many years to come. But still, one day, Lewis Hamilton will make the decision that this is it. There are plenty of indications right now that a deal could be announced really at any time, and it is looking quite likely. I wanted to make this video and give you my thoughts. So let me know, what do you think is going on with the Lewis Hamilton contract situation? Is it simply negotiations, maybe even a business tactic? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to follow me on Instagram for some behind the scenes content and future video sneak peeks. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit like and subscribed. As always, I truly appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one.
Definitely another great video from Perspective. Always rock with his videos. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. It's your boy DTN. Out.